Welcome to Global Hypnotherapy, the podcast that helps you understand your mind, change what keeps you stuck, and move forward with greater calm, confidence, and control. You don't need a different life, you need a brain that knows this one is safe. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, if only I could get a different job, if only I could move house, if only I could find the right relationship, if only this anxiety would disappear? We all do it. We convince ourselves that the next chapter of life will finally bring the peace we've been searching for. But what if we've been asking the wrong question? What if the life you're longing for isn't as far away as you think? What if the problem isn't your life? And what if it's your brain hasn't yet realized this life is safe? Stay with me now, because this one idea could completely change the way you see yourself. Your brain has one primary responsibility, not happiness, not success, not confidence. Safety. Everything else comes second. Thousands of years ago, that made perfect sense. The people whose brains noticed danger quickly were the people who survived. We're descendants of those people. Our brains are remarkably good at detecting threats, sometimes too good. Imagine buying a house with the most sophisticated burglar alarm ever made. Except there's one problem. It goes off every time the wind blows, every time the cat walks past, every time a leaf lands on the window. Would you feel safe living in that house? Of course not. Not because the house is dangerous, because the alarm system keeps telling you it is. Sometimes the human brain works in much the same way. The danger may have passed years ago, but the alarm never received the message. And so it continues to react. Not because you're weak, not because you're imagining it, not because you're broken, because it's trying to do its job. Protect you. Here's where many people become trapped. They start changing everything around them, a new house, a new relationship, a new career, another holiday, another self-help book, another promise that this time everything will be different. Sometimes those changes aren't exactly what's needed, but sometimes you carry the same alarm system into every new chapter. Different surroundings, same reactions, different people, same fear, different opportunities, same overthinking. It's a painful cycle because you begin believing that life itself is the problem, when perhaps your brain simply hasn't updated its understanding of the present. Think about someone who's afraid of flying. Changing airports doesn't solve the problem. Buying a more expensive ticket doesn't solve the problem. Flying to a different country doesn't solve the problem, because the brain still predicts danger. Until that prediction changes, the experience rarely changes. This is why understanding matters so much. When people realize their reactions actually make sense, something extraordinary happens. They stop fighting themselves. Instead, they become curious. Why is my brain trying so hard to protect me? That's a much kinder question, and often a much more useful one. Because the goal isn't to become fearless. The goal is to help your brain recognize the difference between yesterday and today, between then and now. When the brain finally realizes that the danger has passed, again something really good and remarkable begins. Your shoulders drop, your breathing settles, your thinking becomes clear. Possibilities appear where previously they were only threats. Not because the old world changed, because your relationship with the world changed. So perhaps you don't need a different life. Perhaps you need a brain that finally knows this one is safe, if that's true. Then hope doesn't lie in escaping your life. Hope lies in helping your brain experience it differently. I'm Aidan Nunn, and this has been Global Hypnotherapy. Until next time, remember this. The safest place you'll ever find isn't a location. It's a nervous system that no longer believes yesterday is happening today. Take care. Bye for now.